Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to what is supposed to be Tempting Fate, but almost never actually is. Once again, we couldn't get our act together, so we're playing a one-off. No, in truth, a couple of our players got sick, so we are going to. We had a really good time playing Lasers and Feelings last week, so we're gonna do something similar this week. Instead of playing Lasers and Feelings, we're playing a skin on Lasers and Feelings called Magic and Mischief. Which is sort of a Harry Potter themed kind of take on the whole thing. The rules are identical. We will take you through the rules as we get going. But first, let's meet our players, and we'll start down at this end with the one of the newest additions to the Tempting Fate family. Megan Caves from some other saving throw stuff.
Yeah.
Tell about some other shows you're on.
So my name is Megan Caves, and I am on a few other shows here. I'm on the Wednesday night show, which is Iron Cube Chronicles. It's our D&D 5e show. Ooh. And I'm also on the Friday night show, which is Wildcards. It's our Savage Worlds Deadlands Reloaded game, and we actually have our season finale this Friday. Oh, and then also on Mondays, Couples Therapy at 4, I play video games, and I have a podcast, GM podcast, with Jordan Caves Callerman and Gaurav Gulati, in which we talk about GMing, that is through saving throw. That's what I do. So, yeah. What about you? That was amazing.
Lazy
I'm trying to get the spiel. I'm trying to get it right. Each time it gets a little better.
Yeah, it's like it was like.
Yeah, because your resume gets a little longer.
That too.
It was good. It was smooth.
Thanks.
I'm Heather Wood. I am in Future Girl, written by Rick and Nick. And I wrote a romance novel. It's on Amazon.
Cool.
Called Jackie Howell, and I'm writing other romance novels right now. And stuff, and I do other stuff, and it's great.
Yeah, stuff. Hi, I'm Sam DeLev. You may know me from Geek and Sundry's Shield of Tomorrow, which is written by Rick and Nick, where I play Janelle Rue, the first officer and tactical officer.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a long resume.
Yes, you do.
I just play games in space. And today I play Magic games. It's exciting.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I do Plungers and Blunders, the podcast, which Sam will be guest starring on next week. So everybody should be listening for that.
Surprise reveal.
My resume's not as long as everybody else's.
But check out Plungers and Blunders.
Do it. It's
Hi, everybody. I'm Nick Gilman. I am one of the co-creators of Future Girl with Rick here. I'm also normally sitting on this end of the table in previous Tempting Fate games co-GMing, but today I'm around the corner as a player, so that's exciting. We'll see how that works out. And yeah, you can also catch my writing work on Shield of Tomorrow and Vast on Geek and Sundry, along with my buddy over here.
Yeah, I don't all the same stuff he does, so I won't take you through that again. I'm Rick, and tonight I will, unusually be your sole GM. Usually we have the two-man thing going here.
You're always the GM of my soul.
But But yeah, no, this game is so different than what we normally do. It requires sort of so much less GMing that we thought it would be a little bit more fun to have another player in the mix. So we've got Nick over there tonight. He will bring some of the mischief to the equation for the magic and the mischief. We're counting on someone else to bring some magic. Someone, anywhere. But, all right, yeah, so... and as always, behind the camera and board, we got Rick Bear, our buddy who makes this all possible. Yeah, so that's who we've got here tonight. So at the bottom of the screen, you will see what is probably still labeled as like the first line maintenance and upkeep fund. And that measures donations for the night, and those donations, keep saving throw open basically. As I, kept reminding you last week, the more you donate, the more likely they are to start being able to pay better people to do these jobs. You can get more qualified GMs who are, who actually know the systems that they are GMing going into games. And
all kinds of perks.
All kinds of, yes. So it's there's a bunch of ways that you can help out. The first is, as usual, like in Tempting Fate, we have our carrier penguins, who, in tonight's game, if you prefer to think of as carrier owls, we are going to leave that to your imagination. They are penguins in some universes, owls in others. It's magic. And
Penguin.
for $5 you can send a magic penguin to basically anyone. It's read a message. You can send it to a player. They can have a player read something. Use your imagination, or well, not too much, but so
Not too much.
I don't know. That seemed like a big.
It's the internet.
Yeah, it's the internet. That seemed like too wide open of an invitation. So also, it's like we did last week. We're going to sell rerolls, where for $5 you can get a reroll, which we will throw into a pool that any of the players can draw on. And for $10 you can give a reroll to somebody particular if you should be wanting to help one person out, say, more than the others. It's okay to play favorites. We encourage it. We have a system, yes, that financially rewards apparently playing favorites. We'll have to rethink that in the future. But yeah, so some other things. So like I said, this is Harry Potter themed, and so we're going to throw some story goals at you, which are vaguely benchmarks. Which, if we hit financially speaking, we will throw out a certain plot twist, and what we'll say is, if we should get to $100 somehow, the players will meet a rival magic school.
Ooh. All right. All right. I see what's happening.
That's right. And if by some miracle we make it to $250, like if we're just like crazy on fire, one of our players will get possessed, and we will make them play in a persona as the bad guy for a while.
I volunteered.
Cool.
There are Sharpies right there. We can draw goatee on our face. It's great.
Goatees.
And that'll work like overtime for me because I'm mirror universing tomorrow.
Oh, yes, that's
So
right.
the goatee will just last, which is
like
good
mirror
because
universe
apparently I'm
practice.
painting it in Sharpie.
Yes. I mean,
That does not go away.
No.
Yeah.
Well, hairspray actually.
Oh.
For real.
Also,
Really?
Ink, if you get ink or Sharpie on you, Sharpie you have to be fast to dry, but like a bunch of hairspray on it, and it starts to come out and you rinse it, it totally works.
What?
Hairspray.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
The more you know.
Yeah. Life
Also,
hacks.
This has been
acetone.
laundry tips with Heather.
On their face. Yeah.
So yeah, that's $250. Someone will get possessed, and if by some incredible miracle we make it to the level of $400, we will assume that you are liking this so much that we will play Magic and Mischief again next week. Perhaps with some of the same people, perhaps with different people.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen, yeah, literally. And as always, subs get rerolls to give out to particular players. Yeah, just like normal. So let's get started with Magic and Mischief. Actually, wait, before we get started with Magic and Mischief, real quick, can since we're playing a Harry Potter analog here, what is everybody's house? Why don't we start with Megan?
Well, Slytherin was actually the first house that I got on Pottermore, and then I got Gryffindor. So sometimes I think of myself as a Slytherdor, but I'm kind of embracing the Slytherin. I think it's kind of fun.
Slytherdor.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ravenclaw. That's the house.
Yeah,
straight up.
It was originally Gryffindor. On the first time on Pottermore, it was originally Gryffindor, and then after the redesign, it was Ravenclaw. Are you the same?
Yeah, it literally
Wow.
happened the same way. So I'm Ravenclaw.
Small
There you
world.
go.
Gryffindor.
Yeah.
More Gryffindor than I am a Ravenclaw. Let's be fair.
I see that.
Yeah.
I am Ravenclaw all the way down, which if you know me from any other RPGs and how I really like reading rules and knowing things and knowing all of the things, then you know that, yeah, Ravenclaw.
I took that extended Pottermore test where they combine them all and they give you the percentages at the end, and I got 94% Slytherin, so I'm pretty sure that's a fairly strong endorsement.
That is strong.
Yeah, I'm a Slytherin. I don't have to take a test. I just know.
I don't need a hat to tell me.
That's right. Thank you.
That itself is Slytherin confirmation.
So now you know at least what you're dealing with in real life, and now you'll see how these players channel their Slytherinness or Ravenclawness or Gryffindorness as you will into their performances.
No Hufflepuff here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
not
hard
friendly.
table.
So racist.
Wait, Rick, what are you?
Ravenclaw.
A lot of Ravenclaws.
I know.
I think a lot of nerds.
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
makes you a bear. That makes you a bear claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bear claw.
Oh, no, you didn't.
This is amazing.
You did.
You did. You completely did.
All right. So let's get to Magic and Mischief. So here's the quick setup. You are students at the Young Wizard School for Arcane Excellence. Unless someone has a better name for it. Does anybody have something else that they would rather call it?
We have until
All I can think of is chalkboards.
Chalkboards, I know what's going
we have till the end of character creation. If someone can come up with a funny name, or a name with a funny acronym, then maybe we can do that.
Sure.
Give it a little time to marinate.
So yeah, you are students at the Young Wizard School for Arcane Excellence, or whatever it winds up being called, and you are learning to harness and hone your gift. A dark curse has fallen upon the headmistress, leaving the staff and faculty in an uproar. Classes are still in session, though, but all the distraction makes a great opportunity for magic and mischief. So the way this game works is I rolled a d6 4 times to drum up a plot based on a pre-existing table with a bunch of options, and I did that just before the game started. And now as part of the game, the players start off by making their characters, and they've got some options, and we're going to take you through the steps. We're going to take them through. So the first step is to create a role for your character. Now I'm going to just leave it to the player's discretion whether they want to just pick or want to roll a die to determine. I guess rolling a die encourages to be a little more fun, but if you have something you just know you want to do, go for it. So you choose a role for your character. The options are All-Star, no Smash Mouth jokes, people.
Oh, it's so hard, it's so hard.
Jokes.
Hold it in.
Bookworm, Bully, Good Egg, New Kid, Rascal, and Weirdo. So, you know, Breakfast Club tropes. And the second step is to choose a style for your character, which those options are clumsy, eager, free-spirited, heroic, gifted, serious, shy. And there's a bonus style. We'll get back to that in a second, though. And then, and this is how the mechanic of the game works, you choose a number from 2 to 5. And a high number means you're better at magic, which includes things like casting spells and your intuition and sort of direct, passionate action. And a low number means you're better at mischief, which is like sneaking around and negotiating and lying and being subtle and sort of more considered action. The players can put themselves, you know, all the way on an extreme or all the way, you know, or they can plot themselves down in the middle, and they assign, you know, they are magic or mischief. And then later that will be used to judge the outcomes of their die roll. And we'll get back to that. And then they can give their characters a name. So first, let's go back to the beginning. We'll take this just like we took it last week. And why doesn't everybody pick yourself a role, or decide how you want to do this? Pick yourself, do it by die, or whether you just want to select. We'll start with Megan. You wanna?
I think I might just pick.
Go for it.
I think I want to do Bookworm.
Nice.
And this is the hard part. I'm trying to decide if I want to be clumsy or eager.
Oh, yeah.
Aww. Both are adorable.
Right?
That's true.
I think I'll do eager. Yeah.
Eager. Okay, you are an eager bookworm, and
Very Hermione, I guess.
you want to pick a number, 2 to 5? Are you feeling more magic or more mischief?
Let's see, for a bookworm.
Like the eager bookworm sounds like a. I don't know,
Sounds-
it strikes me as a magic character.
That's what I'm
but,
thinking. I think I'll do 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will leave you now to think about your character's name, and we'll come
Okay.
back to you.
Okay.
Heather,
I want to be a bully.
why am I not surprised?
I actually don't know.
Heather plays Viking in future.
Oh, that does explain it. Yes. And I want to be a clumsy bully.
A clumsy bully. Okay, I love
Best
that.
kind.
Wow, you're just Viking in future girl.
I guess so. It's true. And the magic versus mischief, I'd actually like to be better at magic.
Interesting.
Because mischief says sneaking, lying, well, negotiating considered. Yeah, I don't think.
So what are you thinking? 4, 5? Like how much
Can I
better?
let the fates decide? Can I roll a die? See
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
between 2 and 5?
Well, if it comes up that way.
Whoa!
Right,
You
so
are magic
you are
as
Magic!
a very magic clumsy bully.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, we will leave you to think about your name.
Magic explodes.
Sam?
All right. We are super magical. I think I am going to be a rascal. I think I want to be a shy rascal. So I'm getting into trouble to try to impress people.
Okay, I like that.
Nice.
And I'm gonna be mischief too.
That seems like a
I'm
mischief.
gonna be
here.
a wascally wabbit.
That seems perfect. So, Ellie.
I'm gonna be an all-star and heroic because Gryffindor.
Sam's like her Ravenclaw's like floating all around her.
I'm just trying to not smash mouth so hard.
Hey now, don't do it. I guess I'm good at mischief.
Hey, mischief buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be a mischief character of 2. And Nick.
I am going to be the gifted weirdo,
Yes.
Nice.
Love it.
which I think means probably like I'm going to build a middling character. I'm going to say, I'm going to do a 3 and say I got a little bit of both sides.
All right.
Seems about right.
I like that. All right, cool. So, Megan, have you come up with a name for
Yes.
your eager bookworm?
Her name is Bianca Evercreech.
Good.
Yeah, it is.
Love it.
That'd be great.
Bianca, Evercreech. Bianca Evercreech. I love it. Heather, have you come up with a name for your clumsy bully?
Plargy Flinderbart. Hence the reason why I'm a bully.
Oh.
Yeah.
Plargy
Flinderbart.
Flinderbart.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam.
Their name is Mackenzie McGillicuddy.
Mackenzie McGillicuddy. Wow, it's like we always have an Irish character every week.
You have to be Irish now.
Well, I
You
guess.
do the British accent.
Watch me!
Uh,
Because you have an Irish name doesn't mean you're Irish.
No.
That is
Everyone
true.
has to be a stereotype.
we always have a character with an Irish name. I stand corrected. Ellie,
Elazaphine Gregora.
of course.
Obviously. Would you like to know how to spell that?
Oh wow, I wasn't even remotely close.
Do you want to tell everyone else how we spell it?
Elazaphinegregora.
Already not tracking that at all.
Elazaphine.
Elazaphine.
It's not just a pharmaceutical anymore.
That's now a name.
And Nick,
My character's name is Oswald Krangledorf.
of course it is.
Yes.
Of course it is.
There's no Smith at this table.
Oh, no.
And he's from the Krangledorf family, which is a very old and
the
respected
You're
magical
Krangledorf.
family.
right?
Oh, you're
Holy
Yes,
Krangledorf.
the Connecticut Krangledorf.
Yes.
for our little British people.
Do we not get to do nicknames? Is that
Yet.
Well,
Oh,
Yet.
I hope my jump. Did I jump ahead?
That's just the next part of the name because they come from other people.
That's what I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I just got excited.
the last thing is each of you have to pick a character goal. You choose one. There's a list here. The list is you can become top of the class. You can create something new. You can break free from your family's legacy. You could be trying to honor your family's legacy or impress someone you like. You can be proving your worth. Everyone loves a good old-fashioned, redemption story or something. You can thwart evildoers, or you can like to solve magical mysteries. Megan, what is your character's goal?
I think I'll do solve magical mysteries. That's fun.
Oh yeah, bookworm loves some mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heather?
I guess I'm going to prove my worth because I'm a bully. I definitely
yeah.
suffer from not thinking,
Yeah,
it's crying inside kind of stuff.
Mackenzie?
Mackenzie will impress someone they like.
Elazaphine?
Close. I either want to do the become top boy or girl or thwart evildoers.
Roll for it.
Sure.
So I'm gonna say low is top girl and high is thwart evildoers. I'm gonna be a top girl.
Oh yeah, top.
Oswald?
Oswald is definitely trying to break free from his family's legacy.
Yeah.
From the Connecticut?
Yes,
Yes,
from the Connecticut Krangledorfs.
Family legacy.
That house was like a prison. You have no idea.
Oh my gosh. It's like a cold and like you can't touch anything.
All right, now,
Grandma
Players.
hits you with a spoon if you do it.
Yes.
now you create your school. And we have some suggestions for the chat for names of the school. I'm going to throw these out on the table.
Yeah.
You can use them, or you can go with something of your own creation. I'm not going to fence you in.
Okay.
So we have, let's see, Dunsmire on the Moors,
Sounds like a drink.
Blurstart, Vandalweir's Academy for Nascent Magistry, Fleaver's Fantastic Megorium, Alberwan's Academy of Arcane Excellence, the Modern Arcane Guild Instruction of Conjury, which is cleverly anagrammed as magic.
Nice.
And again, Modern Arcane Guild of Institution of Conjury, or Magiok. Magical Institute for the Supernatural and Occult, MISO. Zauberschule.
Oh, I get that. Zauber means magical in German, and Schule means school. So magic school.
All right, I'm glad we had a Sam on here. Sam facts, everyone. This has been Sam facts. And Hexenweird.
Hexenweird.
I like Hexenweird.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to put in for Weird's Academy for Arcane Astonishment.
Alberwan's Academy of Arcane Excellence.
But it's A if it's all the way. It's like A's all the way through if it's Astonishment.
The quadruple A.
The one that had the word nascent in it. That was.
And
good
you just
too.
like.
The one nascent.
What was the one that
magical
started with a
abilities.
V?
Oh.
Vandalweir's Academy for Nascent Magistry.
That was
Nascent.
sweet because I love the word nascent.
Nascent.
Nascent is like
I can
such
read.
a beautiful adjective.
I promise, I'm literate.
So
what do we think?
I like all of them.
Yeah.
What if we combined all of them?
Embarrassment of riches.
Hexenweird definitely stood out to me, but
All right, so
mostly
we'll-
'cause I
I'm good for
You can
remember.
remember.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Hexenweird.
Hexenweird.
Hexenweird Academy.
Hexenwyrd.
Yep.
Hexenweird.
George C.C. Scott spelling rules apply.
That was in.
Is it Hexenweird Academy?
We can call it Hexenweird.
Young Wizard School of Arcane Excellence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it's Hexenweird and everyone has a different, like, it's academy. No, it's school.
No one knows.
Yes.
No one actually knows it's been lost in time.
That's our first magical mystery.
Oh!
It's the Hexenweird whatever.
That's what I'm calling it.
Hexenweird Arcane Training School. Hats.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yep, that's it.
Rick Bear. Rick Bear.
You get 4 out of 5 bears for that. 4 out of 5.
Just 2 points to Ravenclaw.
All right.
Yeah.
We have to hold one back, so if you need to exit to the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you to whoever suggested Hexenweird.
Yes.
Do we know who that was?
All of them.
If we find
So
out.
we find out who suggested.
Yeah, all of them were really good.
So now,
Super quality.
all right. So now you, as a group, you have to pick 3 strengths for your school, and the choices are: they can have an
Biceps.
extensive library, a distracted faculty, many secret passages and tunnels, mostly friendly ghosts,
Mostly friendly ghosts.
a nearby village, or a well-regarded mage ball team.
Beach ball.
I want many secret passages.
Yeah, I agree.
I want
into
those.
that.
I want those distracted faculty.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll say secret passages.
Oh, what about? Wait, we have 3. So what
Yes.
about
Yeah.
mostly friendly ghosts? 'Cause
Yes,
they're
those were
mostly
those
Yeah.
were my hot 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
hoping.
I'm
hoping.
totally into it.
All right, let's do it.
There's
Let's
not
do it.
mage ball anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
You know.
Nobody. It's
Right.
old news.
No, you have a
Okay.
you have a mage ball
Of
team.
course you
It's
do.
just
Yeah, they suck.
yeah, it's just like B list.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they're coming back this year, according to Elazapine.
No, they're not coming back this
She's
year
their head cheerleader.
because you
All
didn't.
the time.
They're not coming
Why am
back
I always
because you
the
didn't pick it.
That's fair.
All right.
That was
Elazapine
suggested by
will never stop.
Christian Linke.
Ah, thank you,
So thank you, Christian.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do we? Yeah.
Christening the Hexenweird Academy for something or other.
Hexenweird, whatever.
Okay, so now you have to pick 2 problems for your school, and the options here: it could have a dark past, like terrible things once happened there, or dangerous environments. The area around the school is prone to monsters, or even worse. It's very far from home, so it's like in the middle of nowhere. You're cut off from, comforts and, supplies, and you're very secluded. And, or it's poorly funded. It's like, I guess, like the school lunches are terrible and the uniforms are cheaply made and so on and so forth.
The brooms for Mage Ball are mediocre, and that's why our team never wins.
They're falling apart.
There are unpleasant rivalries, like the student houses have, or classes cause trouble, for each other. Or there's a very attentive staff. Now, I guess we're going to cross off very attentive staff since it's a distracted faculty.
Right.
So you got to pick 2 of those. What do you think?
Dangerous environs.
And dark past.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a school that, so the staff are not really paying attention. Lots of secret passageways with dark past, dangerous environs.
Right, lots of secret passageways that just lead into dangerous, unsupervised areas filled with like monsters and where like human sacrifices.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
And sometimes the mostly friendly ghosts will ward you off of them, but sometimes they won't.
But sometimes, yeah.
All right.
Depends on the
Do we want to do those nicknames, though, real quick?
I'm interested. I read this thing about nicknames.
Yeah.
We can give each other
Another
nicknames.
player to give your character a nickname. You can take it or leave
It's
it,
not.
but that won't stop everyone else from
Where
using
are
it.
It's
It
in
is
the name
4.
section.
In the name section. Oh, right, yeah. Give your character a fun magical mystery nickname like Hieronymus Mumple or Jessica Starfeather. Ask another player to give your character a nickname. You can take it or leave it, but that won't stop anyone else from using it. Sure, let's give everyone a nickname.
Everybody picks who gives them their nickname, I guess.
No, I'll pick who gives you your nickname.
Or like nicknames to the right or nicknames to the left.
That could also work.
Sure.
I
Everybody
like the
give a
idea.
nickname to the person to your right. Starting with Nick, since you're Nick. And it's a nickname.
Well, but I'm
Why
not
didn't I bring my
nicknaming
breaking
myself, right?
pencils?
Right, you're nicknaming Ellie.
Those are my good pencils.
I think
I did bring
I think
some.
your nickname is Greg.
Okay. Sure.
Yep.
I love it.
My entire name has like little nicknames built into it the whole way through.
Ellie, come up with a nickname for
Bianca Evercreek.
Sam.
Gilly.
yeah, I was up.
Gilly?
Yeah.
Actually, a nickname I've had in the past.
Oh, right, of course. Bart.
Bart. I love it.
I think you're the Krang.
Oh! I like it.
The Krang?
Um, I'm open to other. I'm trying to find.
I wrote Brat.
I want to call you Everbook, but that sounds like an app. What?
Evernote.
Like,
Yeah.
Right. What's your like bully nickname? It's gotta be like slightly
yeah.
mean-spirited.
Everclear.
And it was like ever boring. Like, it's
Ever nerd.
Evernerd. I like that. I'll call you Evernerd.
That's kind of awesome.
That's
There we
that's
go.
amazing.
You're
Thanks,
not
thanks,
Evernerd.
writer. He's a writer. He's a writer.
Nah.
He's a good writer.
It just came to me.
Just a tweak.
It's hard to do that in British. So Evernerd.
Evernerd.
Evernerd. What's up, Evernerd?
All right.
Yeah, if you want to go with that. Like, yeah.
You could do it with Irish. Evernerd.
So all of you,
Evernerd.
all right. So all of you, what you get, your characters automatically come with a school uniform, which is comfortable, durable, and has lots of pockets.
It has pockets.
Yes, it has pockets.
Important.
I
Side of the
take out
table
my
all
hat
freaks
with
out.
it.
You have a magical focus, an amulet, a ring, a wand, or some other item used for casting spells. What kind of magical focus do you have?
I kind of want it to be a book. Like she just wanders around and like casts things out of her book.
Oh, how cool! If people like things come out of the book.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how it works.
All right, you got a book.
Yay. I've got a ring because you wear rings if you're gonna punch someone.
Yep, that's
Okay,
perfect.
Magic brass knuckles.
Yep.
Yeah, magic brass knuckles. Whatever. Man.
I also have a ring because I'm just thinking of like how the One Ring like makes you invisible, and how the ring from Plato's Republic also makes you invisible. Weirdly.
Like that.
I would like an amulet, just for shiny, shiny objects.
And I have a very old wand passed down through my family for many years.
All right, and now you have a familiar. which is a small creature, maybe alive, maybe clockwork or magic, which is good for sending messages among, other limited tasks, which we'll sort of figure out as we go.
Okay.
What is your familiar?
I think I want mine to be magic, and I'm imagining it as like the outline of an owl. So it's kind of like, or if like an owl was drawn in just pencil, but not filled in. That's kind of what I imagine. So you can see through it. There's just this little like ghostly looking owl.
All right, you have a magic ghost owl.
Magic ghost owl. I like it.
Nice.
It's mostly brown.
Heather?
I'd like maybe a clockwork salamander. And like, I bet it has a little fire he could do, a little mini fire he could do, because it's some pretty magical.
A clockwork salamander. That's a fire thing.
Just
Little poops of fire. Yeah, poofs of fire. Poops of fire.
fire poops. He's good for intimidation.
Sam?
I have a bat because I have a bat.
For cuteness.
And I certainly tell everybody that it's magic. I am very vague about what it does, and we will find out whether it is in fact magic over the course of this game.
By the way, everyone, think about names for your familiars. I'm not going to go through them now, but if you call on them during the game, I will ask you for your familiars' names when we get there. Ellie.
I have a tiny, tiny black cat named Lucy. Big green eyes.
Lucy the cat.
Glitter owl.
Glitter owl.
Oh, glitter owl. See, there's the magic owl.
Nice.
So we all have various. She's got. They've got that
Cool.
owl. I've got a cat.
Oh, there you go.
Nick, maybe you should take
need
either
a
like a
clockwork
miniature
salamander.
Scrooge
Grab
McDuck or
Cthulhu
Cthulhu.
This looks like a salamander.
Very
Same
salamander.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Cthulhu looks like a salamander.
Clockwork
You know,
salamander.
Well, there's also
so,
baby scorpion.
salamander Thulu.
So, much like my old wand passed down through my family for the generations, my familiar is like a fat old dachshund, and it's magic. So like it lives forever, but it's like a fat old farty dog that like doesn't do stuff that you want it to, and barely listens, and mostly just lies around all the time. I haven't thought of his name yet.
All right. So that takes care of the familiars.
Perfect.
Perfect. I love that we. Yeah,
Actually, yeah, it's a pug. Make it a pug.
definitely for
Oh, okay, it's a pug.
But it is a fat old pug.
It is a fat old pug.
Immortal pug.
Fat old immortal pug? That's kind of cool.
A beautiful pug.
So here's how the game works. When you want to do something risky, say what you want to do, and you roll 1d6 to find out how it goes. You roll one die if you are doing something you are prepared for, another one if you are an expert or have an appropriate magic item. You can roll one die just for any task you do. You can roll one extra die if it is something you are prepared for, and one extra die beyond that if you have a magic item that helps you or aids you in this task. Whether or not somebody's prepared, we'll just sort of figure that out as we go. You roll a die and you compare the die result to the number that you picked as far as magic or mischief before. If you are using magic, spells, or passion, you want to roll under your number. And if you're rolling mischief, say like deception or thought, you want to roll over your number. If none of your die succeed, it all goes wrong and things get worse. If only one of your die succeed, you barely manage it with probably some kind of complication or harm going on. If 2 die succeed, you do a good job. And if 3 or more die succeed, you get a critical success, and you get some extra effect. If you roll your number exactly, you experience magical mischief. And magical mischief, you get a special insight into what's going on. You get to ask me a question for each die showing your number. And I will answer honestly. And the kinds of questions that you should ask are things like, what is a character really feeling, or who's behind the big scheme, or how can you get some character to do something, or what kind of things should you be on the lookout for, or what is the best way to accomplish anything. And whatever you ask, I will give you the honest to God's truth. If you roll your number, you can change your action if you want to, and then roll again. Helping. If you want to help someone else who's rolling, say how you want to help them, and you make a roll. If you succeed, they get an extra die. as far as getting hurt, how injury works in this game, if you are hurt or really tired or in some other way in bad shape, I might ask you to roll one less die than you are entitled to. That means that you could roll nothing, which just means that you would just fail at whatever task. But, you know, that's just how it is. Try not to get hurt. And that's it. Those are all the rules of the game. So we are basically ready to get started here.
Real quick, before we start, do you mind if I change my my rolling number? I think for the
What do you wanna do?
I think for the gifted weirdo should probably be gifted at one or the other of these things. So I'm going to make him good at magic and bad at everything else. And give him 5.
5.
Solid.
Yeah.
All right. So on that, we will begin our adventure at Hex Weird.
Hex and Weird.
Where Oswald the Krangledorf, Elzephine, Greg Gregora, Mackenzie Gilly McGillicuddy, Plargy Bart, Flinderbart, and Bianca Evernerd Evercreech have arrived for the new semester. And you all find yourselves wandering around the campus. Yeah, okay.
It's really important.
What's wrong with a little
I
cosplay?
maybe wanted to be a nerd today.
Yeah, so we know the name of our academy. Are you guys, like, you know, Harry Potter's got houses? Are you all in the same houses? Do we want to put you all in the same house, or do you want to be in separate houses? How do you want this to work?
I think it would be easier if we were all in the same house.
Probably.
Yeah, it gives a reason to work together because we're so different.
Wow. All right.
All had the same core.
Yeah, beliefs inside.
Yeah.
Sure.
Either
Yeah,
that, or
that's how
it turns out
works.
the sorting hat is just randomized in this universe.
All of them.
That's what
It broke a couple years ago, but the teachers weren't paying attention, so nobody fixed it. It's just literally been assigning houses
Love it.
completely at random ever since.
Yes.
I
3
think-
years from now, they'll figure it out, but we don't know.
Right, we don't know.
Yeah.
I think sorting hat is probably copyrighted, so we'll say like sorting bowling shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Organizing
the
bowling
the
shoes.
pick and choose.
Yeah, they.
You know, he's a writer. Go check out
Once
Future
again,
Girl.
if you want a better class of comedy, just donate below.
You'll never have to hear this crap again.
Yes, seriously, we can do better and should. So yeah, the pick and choose, after sorting through the entire student body, have assigned you all to the same house. What's your house called?
There were like such cool names from the schools
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
V name? Can our school be whatever it was for the V?
The names are gone now.
Oh.
I remember the V name.
What was the V
Thank
name?
you.
We're getting the V name back.
Because it sounded cool.
Thanks.
While we're finding it, what characterizes our house?
You tell me.
The bullies, the nerds, the catch-all.
It's called the junk drawer of all the houses.
Vanderweer.
Vanderweer.
Vandrwaer. Where's my pen? There's my pen.
Vanderweer. Vanderweer.
Well, I mean, I guess the idea is there's whatever the house is supposed to represent, which doesn't matter because the pick and choose are broken, so...
All right, so
But
you
it also like
Next
influences what we
goals
think of
thing.
ourselves.
Focus. All right, so you have all been assigned to House Vanderweer, and the pick and choose. Their ways are mysterious. Nobody knows why they do what they do, and this is interesting. It's the beginning of a new year, beginning of your experience at school. Some of you probably afraid to be away from home for the first time. It's kind of exciting. It's a little intimidating, and all you see are a lot of strange faces. I mean, look around at these weirdos. And it's. I will say, you find yourself all in the same little nook in the dorm. Just exploring for the first time. There are a bunch of other Vanderweer students running around the house, but 5 of you have all been assigned to rooms that are sort of all in the same area. So you're kind of moving your stuff in. Why don't we say the 2 of you are roommates, and the 3 of you are roommates, and
I think we're perfect roommates.
yes, perfect.
Oh no.
Because that's how it would happen.
Yes.
Yep.
I call top bunk.
I want to be on top.
Watch out for my mini fridge, Evernerd. Don't get your books on it.
Right, of course, no, I won't do that. I won't. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'll just keep my books over here on my bed. Is that all right?
It could be Scottish. Fine. Get your books as long as they don't touch my stuff.
Okay, I'll just hold on to them most of the time. If that's okay.
That'll work.
All right. But if you ever want to study, I'll study with you. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds... I can't do a bully voice on a Scottish. That sounds good. Maybe you can do my homework.
Well, I
Thanks a lot. I'm gonna go get some food.
As always, I promise our show is not an attack on the good people of the UK.
I'm sorry if anyone's
We love you.
been watching.
Um,
I'm gonna go. Thanks for your lunch money too.
Oh! Yeah, okay. Good, you're welcome. I'll just, I think I have a snack in here.
Whoa.
and in the other room,
So, if you haven't worked out who's getting top bunk, I'll get the one that's not a bunk at all.
Okay, so I still want top bunk, and I'm a weirdo. So I'm going
That's one's gonna be not a
to.
bunk.
I was picturing a 3-tiered bunk.
Yeah, I was also picturing a 3-tiered bunk bed.
yeah, it's got a
right.
3-tiered bunk bed, absolutely.
Right, there's a whole bunk hierarchy here.
Yeah.
Give
So
me 20 minutes and a
I'm
screwdriver,
going
and there will
to-
be one that's not a bunk.
I'm going to pull out my wand and attempt to cast a spell that will separate the 3 bunks into just 3 regular beds, just to spite you.
And while he's doing that, the second he pulls out his wand, I just want to, like, hit it down. No swish and flick for you.
Okay, so I guess you should take first roll then.
You're going to try and knock his wand out of his hands? All right, and we are off to the first conflict of the game between 2 warring roommates.
Yes.
I mean,
I promised you magic
whereas
and
they're just
mischief.
trying to be like,
What is
"Oh,
more
I'm
magical
involved
than a
in
roommate squabble? Okay.
I wanted to take advantage of y'all arguing to get a not bunk bed.
Ellie, that that sounds to me like a mischief roll.
Yeah.
And your character is a mischief character.
Yes.
So with a mischief roll, you are trying to you want to roll over your number. Let's see. This is you have no magic items that aid here. We'll say and.
I gotta scratch a cat.
You have a scratchy cat. Well, but what are you're gonna you're throwing your cat at the wand?
It's a sentient cat. Sees that there's a problem, it's just gonna...
You have an attack cat?
I'm an attack cat.
They let you bring that to school?
All cats are attack cats.
That's it.
Yeah. You can down to it.
So you're gonna try and knock the wand out of Nick's hands, and that's a mischief roll, and you do not have a magical item to aid in that. And you are, we will say, not an expert. Are you an expert? Like, are you? Let's see. You.
I mean, it doesn't sound very heroic to
Right.
me.
Right. Yeah. Yes. In a rare moment for this heroic all-star, will you want to bat the wand out of your roommate's hands? Yeah. No. We'll say since
Okay.
yes, you're not good at this. So you're rolling 1 die.
If I succeed, can my cat see it as a toy and start batting it? Oh, it's just away.
Let's see how you
Okay.
do.
4.
4. Okay. Well, you had 1 die, and that one die succeeded, so you succeed. But not well enough to have an extra effect. You would have to have a smash success for that. You don't have enough die. So what we will say is, yeah, you knock the wand down, and it just falls right at both of your feet.
Hey, that's my family wand.
Is chivalry dead?
We're magic. Did we have chivalry in our thing?
Is chivalry the ghost down the hall? I didn't learn all of the
This is going to
names.
be terrible. And I climb up to the monk.
And while you're climbing, suddenly it's like the whole wing of the school that the 5 of you are in starts shaking, and there's a
Bloody hell is that?
it's like explosions or little earthquakes. You can't even quite tell. And you're all knocked off your feet. It's it's pretty severe. Things come off of shelves. Luckily you were not all unpacked for the most part. Yes, you're hiding beneath a book.
Poor Pookie.
You're protecting Pookie.
I turn to my dog and I go, Cerberus, do you sense danger? Because my dog's name is Cerberus. And the dog just kind of makes a noise and rolls over. Doesn't respond beyond that.
All right, Cerberus the pug senses nothing.
Maybe we should go talk to someone or figure something out. This doesn't seem normal, right?
I don't know. Does it say anything about it in your books?
Oh, that's a very good point. Let me look. What should I look for? Earthquakes at Hexenweird, I suppose?
All right, that sounds like you're making a roll now, right? Because you're looking something up. So that sounds like a magic roll, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're going through your book. Is that a magic roll? Casting spells, intuition, directed save.
So mischief covers thought.
Mischief covers thought.
Considered
right?
action.
That is kind of
That's
like
more considered
thoughtful.
action, right? Yeah, you're like looking something up, doing research. Okay, we'll call it a mischief roll. I stand corrected.
Okay.
Once again, if you want better GMs for saving throw, donate below. You can buy rerolls, give rerolls to our players, and help them get people who know the rules to games. So yeah, make your roll. You are a magic character. Your number is 4.
Yep.
This
I
is
gotta
gonna go
get
great. This is great.
over
It's
my
wonderful.
4. I got 6. I did it.
Yeah, find it in a book.
Okay. Right. I guess. Oh, here. It's about earthquakes. It says that they don't usually happen here at the school.
Maybe.
I don't know why this is in the book. It's very specific about something that doesn't happen. So.
Yeah, it also says in there that earthquakes don't usually work in like little short bursts like that. Not quite so regular little pounding. Like that's earthquakes are usually continuous events with maybe aftershocks, but not usually kind of controlled short blast. So you don't think it's an earthquake, probably based on what you're reading.
Well, maybe we should walk out. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. Well, maybe we should walk out and figure it out ourselves.
Thank you for the host, Delarius.
Maybe Evernote farted, and that's why we all shook,
Well, I don't think that doesn't really make sense, but it's okay.
He's strong.
That's funny.
Yeah, but you're going to have to live with it.
I'm sorry, I'm the one
I'm
that
gonna
keeps
go
inviting Heather back.
I guess I built top. Never mind. Floats in the air, I guess.
Well, while you're standing there talking, all of a sudden it's like boom, boom, the whole school starts shaking again.
That's not me. I didn't do that. I promise. You would smell it probably.
You dealt it, smelt it.
But I didn't have any food because you took my lunch money. So we should probably figure this out though. Maybe we could go talk to the staff or a professor.
Either way, we need to evacuate, or this will come down on our heads.
That's a very good point. Let's all get out of here, right? Yes. Get all your books.
Well,
Okay. In an earthquake, aren't we supposed to stand under door frames?
Supposed to get out to open. Wait.
That's not
We're
true.
from the UK. We have no idea what to do in earthquakes. We don't have them here.
It's not an earthquake.
It's not Southern California.
This is also, this building was probably built. I can't access.
Access the accent.
It is hard when there's multiple ones on the table. You're like, wait, what?
This is rough, man.
all right. Well, you head for the
Yes.
door. I should-
Bad idea. My
1,000-year-old
character
building. I don't
Hey,
know
hey,
if it's
hey,
stable.
cross-duck. So yeah, you all head for the door and out into the hallway, and you see other students evacuating your house. There, you follow them down the stairs, and everybody starts assembling out in front of the house on the lawn. And these little explosions or earthquakes or whatever they are, they're still happening. Like as you're running, it's like you're sort of bouncing along and sort of falling and getting up again. And you finally assemble on the lawn outside with the other members of Vander Warehouse. And yeah, they're all kind of panicked, there's, what's going on? What? Oh, help us, oh no. And, the 5 of you are just coming out and surveying the scene, and the earthquake stopped.
Do we see anything about is the castle crumbling? Is there dark shadows over it? Is there...
Why don't you make a roll? We'll call it a mischief roll, because you count for you're looking to see if you can see any structural damage in the, I guess we'll call it the castle that you live in.
Also, thank you for the host, Amy. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, thank you for the host
Thank
enthusiasm.
you.
Yes, hope Amy and Gina are feeling better. Don't worry, they were just a little under the weather. Everybody's fine. So that is a 6, and what did we call that? We called that a mischief. So yeah, okay, great. You killed it there. And your character, you want to be top girl, all-star, heroic. Okay. Yeah, no, you look it over and you see definitely there are cracks up and down the side of the building. that were not there before. It's an old building, so it's got some character in its facade, but you, having just come in earlier that day, now notice, that there's
Cracks on.
new cracks.
Is anyone here good at magic yet?
Oh, well, I've been studying, so I might be pretty good at it.
Okay. Do we have any duct tape spells?
Well, we could try.
We could try. I'm thinking maybe we should
You think
cover
we
the
should?
cracks, just in case it might want to fall apart.
We should tell the professor about this, and then we'll get the attention for it too.
I think we can handle this on our own.
Oh, really? But then if no one knows we did it, we won't get the accolades.
Fair. Let's go find somebody.
What? Oh, hold on a second.
While they go to find somebody to acknowledge their success, I know that as a loner weirdo, I know that having your success acknowledged is not cool. But as a gifted loner weirdo, I'm also good at magic because my family's been teaching me magic my whole life, even though magic is super lame. Even though magic is super uncool. So I am going to attempt to cast this duct tape spell on the house.
The Krang steps up.
I believe with my giftedness and my wand, that would be an additional 2 dice.
Yeah.
And this should be a magic roll. That's 1 success, 1 magical mischief, and 1 failure.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so
Krang.
1 success. So we'll say that all of a sudden, from the tip of your wand, magical duct tape, is there anything that duct tape can't fix, starts spreading out and just surrounding the building, just covering the cracks very neatly.
That's the sound duct tape makes when it comes out of my wand.
Yes, clearly.
Yes, write in and tell us what you think unraveling magical duct tape sounds like. And now, Nick, because you rolled magical mischief, you get to ask a question.
Is the cause of this problem something on campus?
The cause of the problem something on campus. Yes, the cause of yes is definitely on campus. It is. Yeah.
I sense that the damage is coming from your. I don't know, but I'll just take the 2 successes on that.
Right, but 2 successes. You did a great job, so the duct tape is spreading out, and it starts pulling the castle together, and the cracks of the castle are filled in, and one of your instructors runs by and sees what you've done, and says, "My God, that's fantastic for a student. You've saved the day, young." What is your name?
Oswald, and then I would get all puffy. I'm like, I didn't do it for you.
Well, very good then. And then he runs away.
I didn't even ask that guy his name. I don't care.
Oh, maybe you should have. It would have been nice
To have included us.
Yeah, that too. Maybe we can study together and you can teach me what you know.
Oh, shut up, will you? I'm going to do a different accent. Shut up, all right? Let's go find something else. I'm not really
right.
Scottish.
Okay. You've been pretending to be Scottish this whole
isn't a real
time.
salamander anyway.
Next week we'll make Heather roll for an accent.
From the accent table. I
Do it
want
right now.
to take advantage of all this duct tape distraction and distracted faculty and people arguing over accolades to sneak off and start exploring what could be happening.
Okay.
Just explore this new school.
All right.
Because sneaking off seems like a thing a rascal would do.
I agree.
By that?
Didn't we have more people here before?
No, I think there were always only 4 of us.
Oh, all
I
right.
had another roommate. I don't know where they went.
Oh, interesting.
Shall we split the party and find out?
Well, we should discover what's going on here, though. It seems really interesting for their first day of school. Maybe it's a lesson.
Oh my god.
No? But that would be really great learning.
I'm sorry, you live with this
Yes,
woman, right?
I do.
Well, she's going to be very useful.
Oh, I can be very
She's
useful.
at least.
Well, yeah, but I can study with you, and I have lunch money that you already used, so that's helpful, right?
Can I use magic to blast her back? To make her fall down.
Definitely the
Make
Hermione.
her fall down.
Sure, roll a magic roll.
You want to cast a
The
bully?
bully goes right into PvP, I'm unsurprised.
It's just a bullying spell.
Bully spell.
Do you have
Your
any?
bullying spell.
Lengardium Bulliosa.
Yeah. Well, I get like a Wingardium Bulliosa. Can I do 2 dice? Because I'm an expert
Oh,
at
you're
being
definitely
a
an
bully.
expert at bullying, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Sorry, I should have caught that. Thank you.
1 success. 2 successes. Just want to get her 10 feet on her ass.
Well, yeah. Everner, you go push back about 10 feet, fall right on your butt.
You get magic
And,
tabletop.
All right, yes, I deserved that, I guess. I think I don't know what I did exactly, but I definitely deserved it.
Now, meanwhile,
thank you.
Gilly, you have...
What made you like this?
And meanwhile, Gilly, you have gone...
Yeah, I've snuck off, and like there were all these cracks in the building. So I want to see where the cracks start coming closer to see whether maybe I find like an origin point.
Sure, absolutely. And I'll say that, you wouldn't even have to roll for that because once you start looking at it, you instantaneously notice that the cracks in the building are heavier in one part than another. And then like out behind the building where the cracks are heaviest, there are cracks in the ground that are even more severe, and those cracks lead further, to the hill beyond, and the cracks get more severe as you get to the hill, and there's a sharp drop at the end of the hill, where you can sort of see now that like this whole cliffside has just sort of like crumbled. What used to be sort of a totally sharp drop is now sort of crumbled dirt that is like piled.
Oh no, that's where
been a
the
rock
storage.
slide.
That's where the storage sheds for all the mage ball equipment were. That is not going to help the team this year.
Yeah, bad news for the mage ball team.
When she blew me back, where, like, did I maybe go back in such a direction that I could see where they went?
No.
No? Okay.
Nah, you're just in front of the school right
Just in
now.
front of school. Okay.
Magic boy.
You did roll up with the whole school thing. Do you have a spell that can maybe lead us to our missing roommate?
I mean, like, all you'd have to do is just cast a location spell.
Oh, I could probably find that in my book if you need help.
No, it's fine. You'd need, like, a little bit of their hair, but I took some when we were in the room earlier.
Oh, that's so smart.
You know what? I like you. I don't know why.
You
So,
don't live in his room.
So, yeah, that's cool. I can give that a shot. Can I try and cast a location spell?
Yeah, you can give that a shot. That's a
Alright.
magic roll.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so that is, you did a very good job. Yeah, no, you hold your wand onto the
I
air
do
and
it like
say,
really lazily. Like,
yeah, describe what you do.
I say like Findicus, Gilly, McGillicuddamus, and then like I assume like some sparks like shoot out of the wand and you can follow the sparks.
You know, like in video games, there's like the NPC, like
Yes,
little.
right.
This is an
It lights
important
up.
person
Suddenly,
thing. It
suddenly
pings over me.
you all have like a HUD, like one of those little mini-map HUDs that's got the arrow you can follow the direction to, and now Gilly is marked on the map.
Oh, I knew we were missing someone.
Bloody cool.
And I'm like, don't worry, that'll wear off in a little while.
So we're heading that way.
If it doesn't, though, tell somebody.
Oh, okay.
When
I
we
bet
start-
For HUDs lasting longer than 4
Yes,
hours.
if you have HUDs lasting longer than 4 hours, consult a magic software.
something's wrong. Something's wrong.
As we start walking off, I'm plucking some of his hair.
Okay,
I
He's got
noticed.
some of mine.
I
Hair for
noticed,
hair.
but I don't stop her.
so you
Hey,
followed.
Evan, let's go too.
Oh, all right. Okay, yes, I'll come. I can be real
Finding my
helpful.
weird character now.
I like it.
Yeah, you are.
So you follow the HUD, and you find Gilly out back, sort of just looking over the side of the cliff beyond the house.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Oh, did you find something?
I found this. The palisade got all floppy.
Pick up one of the broken brooms.
Hey, how'd you find me?
Oh, this one stole some of your hair.
Must be a very good study. Learned lots of magic.
It's
Also, you
it's
took your
not-
hair.
It's
I'm also
not a
not
big
sure
deal.
how. Do you shed? It's just so short. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
Gilly deeply wants to just sneak off again.
We're all looking at you.
Well, Gilly, you feel
Yeah,
like
shy Gilly is dying.
Gilly, you feel like crawling into a hole and die, which is convenient because at that moment the earth starts to shake again, and the ground quakes around you. Bishop, this time you're all standing on the edge of a cliff, so the land just like cracks out from beneath your feet, and suddenly you are all just sliding down the cliffside now. So let's say, why don't we have everybody make a mischief roll?
No.
Yep, I'm only getting one on this.
Yeah, I think we are.
Hey, I did it.
I did it too. It's amazing.
No,
I did not do it.
No,
Never mind,
it's roll high. Yeah,
nope.
nope, I did not.
No.
I did not.
I did
There's one
actually.
number that I can roll that does not do it.
Oh.
All right, well, you all slide to the bottom of the cliff, and it's one of those, long, extended comical sequences where you're tumbling down. Yeah, that kind of deal.
I'm too much of a weird loner to have fun, so I
thank
just
you, Game Breakers,
look,
for the follow.
I just cross my arms and look kind of cross. Like I made the roll so I don't get hurt, but I'm just
The host. Sorry.
You're just sliding.
I'm too cool. I'm too cool for this.
So yeah, you're just sliding down coolly, and the rest of you are just tumbling, and you get to the bottom, and we'll say the two of you, since you failed your roll, you're a little banged up now. So for a little while, you're going to be injured. Okay. We're gonna say you're hurt for till further
But I'm a
notice.
hero. Can I have tried to catch?
Do you want to try and help one of them?
Yeah.
Sure. Make a roll. That is just a help roll. If you want to help. We'll call this a magic roll.
Direct action.
Yeah, because it's like direct action. You're.
Oh,
Wow.
there
That
you
is
go.
a 1.
That's what you want.
Is it like Mid-Hand grabs the back of the shirt?
So who did you help?
Gil.
Gilly. All right. Yeah. So
Went
this
to
is
find them.
this is one of those just like at the last second, just like whoop, and like right before they hit, it's like you stop, and they're like whew.
Oh, that was much nicer magic than the thing where you take hair.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make that weird earlier. But to be fair, I wasn't really the one. I still made it weird.
And while you're having this charming moment, Heather goes tumbling by at like 5 miles an hour, face first.
Face first, like right
Sliding, right, just
It's
sliding
like a
across.
big road rash, like right down the side.
I laugh at that, but to myself.
Oh, that's, yeah.
It's like, what did you say?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
What? I'm throwing down. Whatever.
I say now the pain on your face is like the pain of being a teenager, and then I go stare wistfully out of the ocean.
He's
Are
so
we on the
cool.
moor?
He doesn't care about anything.
He does seem cool, and he can do magic. That's pretty cool.
So as you are all gathering yourself, you're dusting yourself off, you're looking around, you're wondering how you're going to get back to the top of the cliff, you notice now something that has never been there on the cliffside before, which are a set of caves. There seem to be like 2 or 3 cave entrances that have been revealed by the cliffside.
Do you all see that? Do you see all those caves? Did anyone know those were here? I didn't see that in the history of Hexenweird.
Eeny, meeny, miny. No, we're going down that one.
I get in another one.
Damn it!
Well, okay, how do you want to settle this?
I'm going to go, and people may or may not follow.
Oh, okay.
Because this is clearly the thing that Gilly is doing.
Yeah. It would pretty much be like step, damn it.
So we'll,
Damn it, stealth.
we will number the caves left to right, 1, 2, and 3. Which one are you going into?
I went to 3.
You went to 3, and you went to...
I started toward 2.
You started towards 2. Well, Gilly just rolls
Over
on
the
by
other.
into 3. What do the rest of you do?
Greg, I think maybe we should follow Gilly.
I don't like Greg.
Oh, sorry. Elizaphine?
Close. Elazapine?
Elizaphine.
And you're B, right? We're calling you B?
Sure.
Alright, B.
Uh,
Was it Bianca?
It's Bianca, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could split up. But they went down that one.
I mean, the only person in theory who knows how to find everybody is little hair stealer over here.
Oh, true. Is that still working?
Yeah, I assume we still have
There's
our
still a
heads up.
HUD on Gilly.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
say we go
It's-
down Hilly's cave because deep down inside I'm afraid of being alone. So let's go together.
Oh, that's so...
What? Shut up!
Oh,
I didn't say
right,
anything.
okay.
Forget it.
Bully's a big
Sorry,
softie.
Rick.
I'm
about
sneaking down the
loudness in
cave.
microphone.
I empathize with your feelings, though I don't say anything because it's not cool to admit your feelings. But I follow you a little more closely.
So are you now following Gilly?
Yeah.
All right, so you are headed down cave number 3, the furthest cave to the side, I guess to the right. And we will say it's at first just a cave. It's dark, it's moist, it's... yeah, I'm sorry if that can...
People want to think about the word. Anyway.
yeah,
Sorry.
I guess, right, yeah. I meant in a meteorological sense. It is damp, and...
Mossy?
mossy.
Keep going.
All right, let's go.
Just keep going.
All right, so you're headed down the rocks of the cave.
Mischief.
Managed.
We sniped the GM. I'm so excited.
Okay, so you are headed down the cave when you start to hear the sound of voices down in the distance. And you see lights.
Should we call out to them or no? No.
No, don't you know there's dangerous things around here too?
I guess that's true. But they could be professors.
I'll go check it out.
Professors are dangerous.
They are?
We're out of bounds. We get in trouble.
Oh, that's very true.
All right, well, Ellie, while they're having the conversation, you have decided to sneak off. So why don't you make a roll, because this is a mischief roll, because you are trying to sneak up on somebody and sneak away from somebody simultaneously.
Oh yeah.
I'd say another
yeah.
die for heroic, since
Yeah, I guess.
if you get more successes, you do. But
Do you think that? Yeah, you think this is heroic?
I mean, sneaking off towards scouting potential danger,
Is that what you're doing?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
All right.
selflessly scouting potential danger.
That is one way to describe it, I guess. So yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, that's one success.
Wait, no, your mischief
no,
is
I'm
2.
two.
Oh, your mischief is 2. Okay, so yeah, that's 2 successes.
Nice.
All right, and yeah, you don't even notice that Greg has slipped away, and Greg, you tiptoe a little further down the cave towards the lights, towards the voices. As they get louder, you start realizing it's some kind of a chanting. You hear like this sort of low level, repetitive chanting. Yeah. Ooga chaka. Like that, only not copyrighted.
Only ominous.
Yes, and
Not
ominous and dark, yeah. And ominous, yeah. That's it, yes. That is the chant you hear. Ominous,
Sounds ominous.
It does. And yes, you come down the cave, you wind slowly, you come around the curve, and what you see there are 4 skeletons that have they're lightly on fire, not like Ghost Rider style.
Mildly.
Yeah, not like Ghost Rider. They're not like swimming in flames. They're just kind of like bones that are
Kind of smoldering?
kind of smoldering. Yes, and they are digging a hole in the center of the room. They're all pitched in, and as they chant, they're sort of clearing dirt to the side. Amanisa, Amanisa.
I'm debating what I want to do.
The rest of us are still
Yeah, we're catching up still.
Yes.
And I'm going to be catching up because I noticed that Greg was not here. So I'm going to go.
All right. Why don't you also make a mischief roll to see if you can sneak up successfully?
I'm a sneaky rascal, yeah?
You are a sneaky rascal, yeah. No, Gilly is a mischief character with a number of 2.
2 out of 2?
2 out of 2. Well, okay, yep. So you very quietly roll up beside your pal Greg here, and you see the flaming skeletons digging the hole. Amanisa, Amanisa.
That looks so ominous. Yeah. I can't put my finger on quite why, other than that the skeleton's on fire.
I mean, have you ever seen a skeleton on fire?
No, have you?
Oh.
Do you think maybe ever? Sorry, Bart keeps calling her Evernote, and I don't want to call her that, and kind of she is. You think maybe she's seen one? Or read about one?
Probably in her book of some sort. I don't know if I want to bring everybody down here, though, because... Ominous.
It is ominous.
Thank you, meeting of night.
Maybe I should go poke
Thank
them.
you, meening.
Thank you.
Thank you, meeting night. I'm gonna go poke it. So I go to tap one of them on the shoulder.
You go to tap one of them on the shoulder?
Yep.
I want to grab her, like, the back of her shirt. No, we do not poke the flame. It's on fire.
I'm
Don't
going to make
poke
you
things
roll
on
for that,
fire?
Sam.
Oh, no, totally. 100%.
that-
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll call that a...
Yeah, that, unfortunate. Yeah.
We'll call that a magic roll.
Yeah, nope, that is
Passionate action.
exactly
That's a
what that
passionate
sounds like,
action, yeah.
unfortunately. Oh, that's cocked.
Whoops.
Failure.
Failure.
Oh,
Well,
inevitably.
you grab at Greg's collar, but you're just a hair too slow, and you just miss, and Greg taps one of those flaming skeletons on the shoulder, which burns your finger, yeah. And
I didn't say she was smart.
the skeleton just whirls around to face you with a shrieking kind of in your face and grabs at you. I'm going to make you roll right here. We're going to call this, we'll call this a magic roll because it is, again, passionate action to see if you can dodge this.
Okay.
Oh, what?
That is a 1. So, yeah, the skeleton, like, grabs at you, but you just very impressively duck right out of the way. You have fantastic reflexes.
I'm very impressed.
Hey, you're an all-star. Yeah, you take a few steps back.
Oh, yeah, I
be
should have
another
rolled
roll?
another one. Sorry, All-Star.
What?
All-Star.
Oh, yeah, I guess, right? Yeah, you're an all-star, right? Counts, so that should have been another one. Thank you.
See if you get some,
Nope.
But it was a failure anyway.
magic mischief.
So yeah, you seamlessly duck out of the way and take a few steps back. Well, the 3 skeletons have turned. How many say that? 4 skeletons had turned towards you, and they are now marching. They've dropped their shovels and they are headed towards the 2 of you.
You said they gave
we heard
like a
that, right?
shriek
Heard it
when
right.
they
Yes,
saw
yes,
you
you all
quickly.
heard.
Yeah.
You all hear the shriek, so you
Where'd
can
everyone
all.
go? There were 5, right? There were 5 of us.
No,
All right.
there were definitely only 3.
Okay, but you said that last time.
Screeching. I just start running down to the screeching. As being beaten up done, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I guess I'll go with her.
I guess I'm gonna follow because deep down I don't want to be alone. After all loners, deep down I don't want to be alone. So like after a second to try and make it look good, I definitely like follow them.
You like lean up against the side of the cave, realize no one's seeing you lean up against the side of the cave, and then follow.
Yep, exactly.
By the way, thank you. Meeting of Night has given you guys a reroll for the.
That's like a coin for the.
Yeah, why don't we'll do. That is one reroll to call on now. And thank you, Meeting of Night. There's also a message here, and we'll throw that in with the carrier penguins when we get back after a break. We're not quite there yet. So yeah, you all come a rushing over, except you who's doing your thing. And now it is the 5 of you versus these 4 skeletons, and the skeletons are, horror movie style, moving very slowly towards you. They have dropped their shovels, but they have flaming hands, so they are pretty dangerous either way.
I'm just looking through my book going, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And could I try and cast like a, I guess I won't call it stupefy, but a like fly back spell with my book?
Oh, like the push spell.
What, the
Yeah,
push
like
spell?
the push spell, yeah. Like,
Sure.
I
Because you just saw it.
I know what spell that is. I can do that. It's very good. Thanks for making me think of that.
By hitting me.
So I would roll magic. And
Yeah, that's magic.
2 die.
That is to, well, let's say,
I mean,
what
one
is
for
your...
using the book.
Right, well, that's, let's say... Yeah, that's 2. 1 for using the book, 1 for the action
Oh my
you're
goodness,
taking.
thank you, Nodworthy. That's amazing.
We'll say you're not prepared for it because you were... Oh my god!
You.
Thank you, Nodworthy.
Oh my gosh, not really.
Not
You're so cool.
worthy, not worthy.
Yeah.
We're not worthy.
Like there's a nod.
Thank you.
Good job, Heather. And thank you so much.
Oh my god.
Right.
Thank you.
Right stuff.
Casting spells.
Right, casting spell. Yes, you were about to try and knock, bully style, you were trying to knock the skeleton on its ass.
Yeah, okay. So I'm trying to roll under. So I rolled my number, and then I got one success.
So that's 2 successes, right? It counts as 2 successes, so you do a good job at that, and we will get back to the results of that in a second. But you also get a question, because it's magical mischief. Whenever you roll your number, you get magical mischief, and you can ask the GM a question, which I have to answer honestly.
Okay. My question is, what is the weakness for a fire skeleton?
Oh.
Nice question. Yeah.
Yes, nerd! Nerd's winning!
Well, fire skeletons, they are held together by the flame that courses around their body, which emanates from the skull. So usually the idea is you're trying to knock the skull off the top. And if you can knock the skull off, the flame just goes out and just collapses into a pile of bones right in front of you.
Okay. So I'm going through my book and go, aim for the head! Aim for the head! Aim for the head! Yeah!
Now, by the way, before you roll this, I got to tell you, Nodworthy has very generously given everybody 1 reroll.
Wow! That's awesome!
And 1 to the table. So
Very cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not worthy.
No, the one for the table was the previous donation.
Oh, that was the previous.
Well, take it back.
Yeah, we're going to take that back because
We don't deserve it.
Oh my
right, the
gosh.
fact that I don't know how to read shouldn't affect the game.
It's 1 for the table and 1 more for the roll.
This has been Sam Songs.
I have a coin so I remember that there's a reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us all.
The coin for you.
Reminder.
Does anyone else want a reminder?
Sure.
I like having
Boom.
fun.
And they're fun anyway.
There, campaign coins. CPU.
Our GM is just throwing things at us right now.
That's right. Once again, if you want a more skilled GM, just
Hey,
keep
you threw that
donating
right into my
below.
hand. That's all the skill we need, people.
That was mostly in the catch.
Tom Lommel usually
being-
just
I
throws them
literally
at our
just-
They are
heads.
being generous with me. Yes. So yeah, you just got that information that if you knock the skull off the top of the skeleton, it will all come to pieces instantaneously.
I want to try to, while their attention is otherwise occupied, sneak past them to get to that hole in their shovels. Because I
Although,
feel like skeleton baseball with a shovel is effective.
real quick though, we should play out the end of that attack.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
That's
Yes.
information
Okay.
that-
Yep. Wait, that's your next
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got the information from your. Thank you, by the way.
Right, it's 2 victories.
See, that's why he's usually co-GM. Because,
I can be both, apparently.
so yeah, you got the information from your magic mischief, and
Thanks, DJ
yeah.
Phoenix.
Thank you, DJ Phoenix. Cool. Thank you. And you also very successfully used that bullying spell, and that skeleton goes flying back, and boom, falls right on its ass. It is way back. It's gonna now lose its next turn as far as attacking you guys because it's so far back in the cavern now. So there are 3 more skeletons who are coming towards you and you and you and you. But you are trying to sneak around the back of them to get a look in the hole they were digging. Is that the idea?
That is part of it, but I also want to pick up a shovel so
you're
that
going-
I can
you're
baseball bat
just
them.
going for the shovel. Okay. Sure. That is a considered action roll, so we're going to call that mischief.
All right, I'm sneaking.
You're,
sneaky
yeah, this
rascal.
is your
Right.
thing, right?
Simon
Yes,
and
it's Mackenzie Gilly McGillicuddy is a mischief character with a number 2.
Yep, so that is 2 successes.
That is 2 successes. Okay.
Sneaky rascal.
So yeah, you just seamlessly roll through the shadows right behind them. Their attention is divided between watching their skeleton comrade go flying back because of the attack and keeping their eyes on their prey. So you just right around and you get a shovel. You now have a shovel. And what are you doing, Heather?
I want to do, I'm going to do the total, hey kid, watch out punch with my magic ring. I'm going to do magic ring punch and it's just boom.
All right, magic ring punch. Well, that sounds to me like you get 3 die because you are an experienced bully, so you probably punch people all the time.
Yeah.
And we'll say that a magic ring, I mean, if it's not for punching people with, what else is a magic ring for?
Right.
So, yeah, why don't you go... Plargy Bart Flinderbart is a magic character with a number, her number is 5, and this is a passionate action roll.
Oh, yeah.
Punching. Yeah, this is you're the bully, so you're you
Okay.
fight with rage.
Yeah.
So we'll call this magic roll.
Yes. Okay. So get 1 success, 2 success, 3 success.
Whoa. 3 successes.
Critical.
That is a critical success. So we will just say that you punch that thing so hard that its head just pops right off and it just collapses into a pile of bones.
And I laugh at the body as it falls. Like,
Can't even keep your bones together.
you got no brain.
Simpsons references are the quick way to my heart.
I didn't even know that was one.
No.
So, yeah, what are you doing? Sorry, my bad. So what are you doing, Oswald?
I am going to attempt to cast like an ice spell that will like engulf one of the skeleton's heads in ice, thus putting the fire out and killing it.
Okay.
I'm going to use
That's magic roll.
my giftedness and my
Well,
wand.
that's a considered action roll, right?
I mean
Casting
spells.
spells.
Casting
Yeah.
spells, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No worries. And that is
Two
Nope,
success.
3 successes.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
wait, no,
'cause,
that's two
magical. No.
Two
That's
failures.
2 failures. That's only 1 success.
Reroll.
Oof.
You have a reroll.
You do.
Yeah, reroll applies to 1 die.
Was DJ Phoenix also a reroll?
Yeah, I'll use my reroll here. What the hell? Okay.
No, that
2
was meaning of
successes.
mine.
DJ Phoenix.
DJ Phoenix came in later.
No, there's a message there.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, so I used my reroll. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Yeah. Well, you point. Well, what do you do? Why
So
don't you
it's
tell me?
like it's like an Iceman spell. I'm like Icemanius Skullfreesius,
Yeah, that
and
sounds
then
like
it shoots like a beam that like encases one of their heads in ice, so that there's no oxygen for the fire to burn.
All right.
Cool.
Nice.
Literally.
That that totally works, and suddenly that skeleton that you're attacking, it's got a big ice cube on its head, which
Perfectly square.
right does not quite shatter its head, but because it totally just covers the head in ice, and that's the source of the fire. The skeleton just sort of falls down. He doesn't like disassemble. His head is still on, but he's not a threat to you anymore. He's just sort of on the ground sitting there. Ellie, what are you up to?
Oh, there's one left, right?
Yeah, there is one.
There's
Two
two
skeletons
left,
left.
but one of them is way off on the
Far
other
away.
side of the room.
Yeah.
So the one that's left that's coming toward us, I'm gonna be like, whoa, whoa. Let's talk this out.
You're going to try and appeal to the flaming skeleton with logic.
Yes.
Or
Look at your friends. We're kicking your ass. Arse? We're kicking whatever it is, your skull.
yeah, I think arse is right. Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds great.
So, we don't want to continue doing that. We'd rather know what the hell you're doing down here.
All right, this is negotiating, so it's a mischief roll. And Greg is a mischief character with a score of 2, so you are trying to roll higher than 2.
6.
Oh, you got a 6. Yeah, so we will say.
Can we? Does that also count as a heroic?
Does that also count as heroic?
Negotiate
Instead of fighting?
Right.
Yeah.
Prevent
yeah.
Say,
violence.
sure, go for one more die.
Oh.
It doesn't matter anyway. But you did succeed, and that skeleton looks around and sees its friends losing and trapped way at the back of the cavern, or still making its way back, and sort of it just kind of like backs off a little bit.
Guys, if we can maybe charade this thing out, we might be able to figure out what's going on.
You think it'll answer our questions?
Sort of.
Oh, it's a very good idea. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Right.
Sam, you're by the hole because that's where you were when you got the shovel, and that skeleton that Bianca knocked back into the cavern is about halfway through the room, getting back to the hole right now. So,
Take me out to the ball game.
all right.
Now that I've acquired this shovel.
So you're just gonna swing for the fences here with
Yeah.
the shovel,
Yeah.
going for the head, kind of.
Yep.
All right. So that is definitely a passionate action roll.
It
so that's
definitely is, but I
magic.
have a shovel now.
But you have a shovel. All right.
Yeah.
So let's give you 2 die for
Yeah,
that.
that feels like 2. It's not good. It, in fact, is not. Wait. 1. Yes. 1.
1 success.
Hi.
One of them has to be.
Right, yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, you sling for the head and you hit it. It doesn't shatter the head, but it knocks it back on, off of its feet. So
It knocks it back to the back of the room.
no, not that far. It just knocks it off its feet.
Yeah.
So it is no longer charging you. So now we are back to you.
Okay. So now there's the one that backed off because you were talking to it,
And
right?
that one's just standing there looking all confused.
And then the other one is still pretty far back, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's closer now than it was. It's by the hole that they were digging, sort of in the center of the room where Sam is, and you see Sam. You saw that whole thing go down.
Okay. All right. Well, it seems that this one was able to understand you. So, Mr. Skeleton, what is it that you were doing down here?
Okay, well, that sounds to me
I
like...
was really hoping that was the skeleton. Okay.
Like, well, as a matter of fact.
That sounds like a mischief roll. It sounds like you're negotiating again. So
Mischief. Okay.
This is going to go great.
You are a magic character
It's
of
going to go as well
4.
as my magic.
You are rolling mischief, so you want to roll over 4. So let's see.
Woohoo! I did!
Hey!
Nice.
Wow, okay.
Some good rolls tonight. I don't know
Wow.
what's happening though.
Well done.
Shh, don't
Yeah,
anger the dice gods.
Well, yeah.
They're fickle.
It just goes...
He's still back in the
Talisman.
bedroom.
Come on.
I think it said something. Did you hear it? It sounded like talisman. Talisman? Is that what you're saying?
Allison.
Talisman.
2 Allison, maybe. No? Maybe just talisman. I'm not sure. Were you looking for something?
Talisman.
Talisman.
Digging for whatever it is, like in the hole.
What kind of talisman?
Talisman.
Okay.
Maybe we can help you dig.
While they're doing this, so you know how I froze that skeleton, but like I didn't separate the head from the body?
Sure.
I just want to run up and punt the head off of it while it's lying on the ground.
Sure.
So I think that would be a magic action roll, but only 1 die, unless...
Yeah, we'll call that passionate. Yeah, so 1 die because you're not...
Yeah, unless that's weird enough for my weirdo to give me a second one.
Yeah, I buy that.
Sure.
I'm convinced.
5
and a 4.
So that's a success and then a magical feelings.
Okay, so yeah, you punk that thing and it just goes, flying back.
And my question for you, although I'm sure we would have discovered this one way or another anyway, but is the talisman at the bottom of that hole?
Yes, the talisman's at the bottom of the hole.
Cool.
And also your kick totally connects with 2 successes, and it shatters the skeleton, and that skeleton just drops.
And I go,
into
it's
pieces.
good!
And yep, you do the field goal dance, you're celebrating, and the other skeleton, having seen this, just goes, "Brah!" And it turns and just like runs away down the cave and just disappears into the darkness. And all
Nailed
of you
it.
are left standing above this creepy hole in this cave, surrounded by bones, and on that we will go to break. So we'll be back in a few minutes to read the Carrier Penguins and to wrap this all up. Don't go away. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hi.
Sorry about that. Yes, we just had a little comical mishap backstage. Don't worry, everybody's fine.
Everything's fine. Nothing is broken.
Yeah. The first thing is first. Our players, when we left them, were in a cave beneath their house, which is Vanderweer House at the world-renowned Hexenweird Academy of Magic, or nobody's exactly sure what the rest of the
Hexenweird
title
Arcane
is.
Training School.
Some people think it's that, the Hats Institute.
Hats off to that.
And they were in the cave, and they came across these mysterious flaming skeletons who were digging a big hole in this chamber. And Ellie impulsively started a fight with the skeletons, but our heroes prevailed, and the skeletons were alternatively destroyed or driven off. And our heroes were left alone in the cavern, and it is dark and creepy, and after the fight everything is almost too quiet when suddenly they hear wah, 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 wah. And then a little carrier penguin comes waddling into the cave. This is a picture of a penguin with a little mail bag and a hat. And he's being led by a carrier owl who is flying ahead, also wearing the hat.
Wait, is the owl carrying the penguin?
No, he's just leading the way.
Okay.
It's by special arrangement that the carrier penguins and the carrier owls working together to deliver this particular set of messages. And the first one is from Meaning of Night, and it says, thanks for keeping the magic and spirit of fun alive each week. Amazing job GMing the madness. Oh my god, thank you.
So nice, Meaning of Night.
That is very nice, thank you.
Really nice.
And DJ Phoenix, who says, we need more Sam facts and Sam songs. And I agree, we do need more Sam facts. I wish we almost had like a Sam facts graphic to come like shooting across like the bottom of the screen.
We have a chat command in Deacon Sundry, so we gotta get it in Sam too.
Yes, we're working on it.
Chat command incoming.
So, Sam, we are going to encourage you to jump in with the facts and the songs, especially the songs, or facts about songs about facts, whatever.
Oh yeah, this
However
is
that
my
works
second one shot in this time slot where I've sung at some point or another.
That was a fact.
That's a fact about singing. Yep.
Samsung sounds like a shitty
It's happening already.
Yep. A fact about Sam singing. That's like a Sam, right? A Sam fact about
Sam fact.
Meta Sam fact.
So many layers.
So yeah, no, we are totally with you on that, DJ Phoenix. And we will do our best to work more Sam facts and Sam songs into the format.
It keeps
Also,
sounding like a cell phone though, Samsung.
Samsung.
Oh.
Well done.
Thank you.
So yeah, when we last left Bianca, Plargy, Mackenzie, Elzephine, and Oswald, aka Ever Nerd, Bart, Yelly, Greg, and the Krang, they were left in the cavern, and the penguin delivers the message and waves goodbye and waddles to the end of the cave, where you can see just in the light at the end of the cave a huge jet plane shaped like a penguin comes up, and the penguin just jumps into an open door, and the thing pulls closed and just soars off into the sky.
I didn't know there were penguins that delivered messages too. This is a great school.
So yeah, you are in this cavern. There's a big hole in the middle of it. There are bones all over the place. A couple of shovels.
I was right next to the hole when I decided to pop a fly ball with someone's skull. So can I look down the hole that I'm right next to?
Yeah, absolutely.
See what I can see.
You look down the hole, and what you see is that the skeletons have cleared a wide area. In the very center, it looks like they were just getting to what looks like sort of like a large stone manhole cover. And it has sort of some hieroglyphics, type writing, not literal like Egyptian hieroglyphics, but hieroglyphic, just indecipherable writing carved into it, which is quite mysterious and obviously intriguing to you immediately.
And potentially magical.
Yeah, you lean in to get a good look at it. When you do, Heather flicks your ear behind you, just because Heather's a jerk. Plargy.
Looking at things again.
Ooh, I thought maybe I could figure out what was going on, but
Come here, Ever. Curious? Come take a look.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to analyze it with my friend Ever Curious
Okay.
right here.
Oh, I like that. That's
Okay.
a lot better than ever nerd.
I'm just gonna change something every time.
Maybe it's in my book somewhere. Can I try and look and see if I've seen
sure.
anything?
Well, why don't we do? Yeah. Do you want? Are you going to try and analyze it? And you want to try and help
Yeah,
them? So why
Yeah,
don't we make
because
the help
analysis
roll?
feels like a mischief, like a considered thing.
Yeah, that's a considered thing.
So
So
I'd
why don't you first make a roll to see if you can find anything in your book?
Okay, what
that
should
that
I-
can help
should I-
them out. We're going to call, because you're using your book, 2.
Okay, and is mischief or magic?
This would be mischief, I think. Considered action. You're doing research, so I think we called that mischief earlier.
I failed.
okay, so I do not get an
Double
assist on that.
fail.
Yeah, you failed. So yeah, no, you searched through your book, but you don't find anything about this. Now, by the way, I forgot to do something at the very top where I was supposed to remind you that if we release $100, our players will meet the members of a rival school. Some other school out there that really hates the hell out of Hexenweird.
The weird nexus.
Will work if we
The Weird and Hexes. The Weird and Hexes, courtesy of Ellie, who, yeah, absolutely, they are. I mean, they're the ancient enemies of Hexenweird.
Of course.
So at $100, we will unveil them, and if we get miraculously somehow to $250, somebody's going to get possessed, and we'll make them play evil. Ellie volunteered. I kind of was hoping for Sam. Anything could happen. You never know. Yeah, and as always, for $5 you can throw a reroll in the pot for everybody. For $10 you can buy a reroll for somebody specifically. And if you sub, you can hand out a reroll to one of our players. So sorry, I meant to do that at the beginning. But now back to you failing. So
Can't find anything in my book about it. Never seen that before. That's so unusual. I have to learn more. Do you know anything?
So she is not going to be any help to them as they are.
I think this is just straight up for me.
Yeah, this is we'll call this a mischief roll.
Yeah, straight up 1 die.
Okay.
1 success on 1 die.
You look at the language and you start to kind of notice pattern in the letters, and you have a little bit of a gift for languages, we're going to say here,
Gilly facts.
Yeah, Gillifax. And yes, while you were doing research for Gillifax long ago, you saw this pattern, and you realized that this particular type of writing came from an ancient society called the Corpulons.
The Corpulons?
Corpulons?
The Corpulons. Copyright 2017.
Well, it does look like Corpulon to me, don't you think? It sort of has that pre-Roman conquest
Oh, yes.
sort of alphabet to it.
That makes sense why it's not in my book. It's too early for this book. Of course.
Oh,
You could be quite right. But what does that mean?
well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't read
Hey,
it.
magic boy.
I don't know. Did you? Oh.
Why don't we kick it? What would you do then?
Kick the pictures.
Yeah.
Probably continue to be a stone manhole cover.
Yeah, I would agree on that one.
I think we should let her pick it and see what happens.
Right.
Okay. Well, if kicking it doesn't work, I was saying, is there any kind of translation spell you can cast?
I mean, I guess I could try, but I really think we should let her kick it first and see what happens.
All right, I'm gonna stomp it.
Real
You're gonna
Like a-
stomp it.
Just stomp it because I'm
All right. Well, that is
gonna
definitely.
bully it.
Yeah, you're gonna bully it.
Bully the door.
I'm gonna
That's a
laugh at
magic
it.
roll.
Okay, I'm gonna laugh at it first. Be like,
And you're doing, yeah, you're just stomping something. So this seems like it's up your alley. So we'll call this 2 die.
okay, all right. Hey, stupid round thing with dumb pictures. Talking to you. And I'm 2 successes.
Yeah, you are.
Stomped it real good.
All right, yeah,
You
you.
do something.
Well, yeah. Plargy steps into the middle of the thing and just starts and just as soon as you stomp it real good and it just goes like shooting straight down and you disappear into the hole in the ground.
Are you all right?
You can't hear.
Hello?
Heather, you are just like plunging.
I'm alone again.
Did you get any of her hair?
You did anybody? I didn't get
Yeah,
any.
I got some of everybody's hair.
That is so weird, and we're going to have a discussion on boundaries after that.
It's a bit weird.
I
But
would like to send my bat down after her.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
What do you just like to see where they're just about to keep track of where she's going?
Keep track of her, scout bat. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, sweetie.
let's
go on.
see. Yeah, you send your bat off, and the bat flies down the tunnel and disappears.
I'm not alone anymore.
It warms my deceptively cold heart.
So, what would the four of you like to do?
Actually, no self-esteem.
Well, I guess we should go down there, right? So we can discover what's causing all of these earthquakes.
yeah, we might get to see a dead body.
So,
That sounds horrifying. Wait, are you talking about a friend or roommate? Maybe is a better word for her.
Donating money to Saving Throw gives us the ability to get better cast, funnier people who are not as creepy.
I mean, I guess she's really only still your roommate if she survived that fall. Otherwise, I guess we get to see a dead body. Anyway, I'm gonna cast a spell of like magical rope to try and make us, like a rope to go down there with.
Oh, I like that idea. Sure, that's a casting spell, obviously. So magic. 3, 3, 2.
Success.
Okay. Yeah.
oh my goodness, okay, rival school is happening. Not worthy! You're amazing! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Wow, thank you. Not worthy.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you!
I'm sweating right now. Is that weird?
Is that weird? Is that normal? Is this normal?
I'm sweating. My hands feel like balloons.
Thank you for donating to the show that keeps you up to date on Heather's sweat.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible though, because you were just talking about, like, if you donate to the show, we'll get better cast.
Hey, the people have spoken.
What can I say?
Hey.
Money talks.
That's right. The customer is never wrong. And thank you, Nodworthy. That spell worked amazingly, Oswald. It not only 3 successes is you get your rope, but a sort of gorgeous winding staircase shoots out as you just overcast that spell. You're just like, whoa! Sometimes I surprise even myself.
Sometimes I'm just too good at this.
Wow. Just think about how much better you could be if you studied more.
I'm sneaking down the stairs.
I start walking down. Yeah, I go down.
Gilly
the
goes
stairs
off ahead.
without responding to that.
All right, you're walking down the stairs. I assume everybody is following. Heather, you finally come to the bottom where you land in some very shallow water. Why don't we... You know what? I'm just going to say you're injured.
Right.
I'm not even, you don't have to roll for that. That was a big, long fall. You've broken a leg.
The pain almost matches my soul's pain because of my low self-esteem. Ow, but whatever, ow. I turn my head and cry quiet bully tears on my freckled face like a kid from from Christmas Story. He's like, shut up. There's a bad
tears.
Man, smiling was so cute. I just never wanted to say.
Yeah, they're like little sky puppies.
Sky puppies.
Yeah, you are crying.
Ugly,
And we're
crying.
following the sound of her tears.
Yeah, right. You hear those the sound of her tears is echoing throughout the cavern.
Right.
I
I called
you were
down
down
the
there.
stairs. Guys, you're not going to get to see a dead body.
Well, that's probably a good thing. Then that means I still have a roommate. I guess that's a good thing.
Sure, if that's how
doing
you
on that
judge
lunch?
these things.
Well, I did have a few snacks, but maybe I should get some more. Yeah.
Well, okay. Now, Nodworthy actually gave the 4 to me. Now, I don't know if I was clear enough. I don't roll die in this game, so I can't use rerolls. But since they gave it to me to make things interesting, what I'll say is I will keep those in tow right now to negate rerolls.
Or roll a force of disadvantage roll?
Force some sort of, to force a disadvantage roll. That seems like a good way to cause some trouble for you guys.
Makes sense.
Evil.
Now who gets to play the evil character?
Oh, it's always me. I got the Slytherin button on and everything.
True. All right. It's our
right.
rolls against yours.
So Slytherin, I make Lucius Malfoy look like a Hufflepuff.
Oh, Lucius is kind of a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
He's a pushover.
Yeah. All right. Oh wow,
Look at that.
we got some
Fighting.
serious. Yeah, that's some fighting words. Like,
That's just funny.
all right.
Hufflepuffs are nice. That's why I was like, Dr. Draco?
So Heather, you are lying at the bottom, clutching your broken leg and crying in pain when Sam Sky Puppy flies down and lands on your shoulder and starts patting you on the back and trying to make you feel better.
As kind as I don't deserve.
And coming down.
Their name is actually Sweetie, so there's that.
What's the name?
The bat's name is Sweetie.
Sweetie. Oh, Sweetie the bat. So yeah, and while you're sitting there, this golden staircase of light just descends from above, and your friends come on down and find you there. And you gather around her, and while you're trying to sort of help her up and taking a look at her leg, you hear voices again, and you look off around you, and you see that there are just like caves in every direction.
Oh, there are more things down here. Well,
Hey.
you can't go anywhere with a broken leg.
All right. Well, you know spells. Fix a leg.
All right, yeah, there should be some sort of a bone-fixing spell in here. I'll look through my book and see if I can.
Sure.
Right.
Why don't you see if you find a
Right.
bone-fixing spell?
Okay.
That is a mischief roll.
I got 1 success, and I also rolled my number, actually.
So that's
Sure. Oh, okay. So you find a spell, which you can make up now, and you also get a question.
Okay. Does the question have to be specific to what it is I rolled for?
No. According to this, it just says you get a special insight into what's going on. Ask the GM a question for each die showing your number, and it gives you just a bunch of examples that are kind of all over the map. So it's just it's whatever you want to know.
So we're hearing voices, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like generally around us, or?
No, they're coming from a very specific direction. There is a
so
very
we know-
specific cave that they're coming
Okay. Do we recognize the voices? That'll be my question.
from. You don't recognize them, but they don't sound like monster voices. They sound like the voices of other kids.
Okay.
Oh.
They sound like children, right? The voices, right?
So meanwhile, I guess I'm going to try and make this Legius Helius roll.
Yep, and
Do
you
I
get an extra die. Yep.
Because, yes.
Bonesies, fixies.
Cool.
So
Bonesies, fixies.
Bonesies, fixies. All right, cool. So
Yeah,
that's-
if you want any of the extra die, you have to do the bonesies, fixies.
Yes, but that's fine. I will do the
Okay,
bonesies,
so you roll
fixies.
4.
And that's two
magical mischiefs.
Two magic and mischiefs.
1 success, 1 failure.
All right, so
Wow.
Heather.
That bone get fixed.
So first off, that works. You are not injured anymore. Your leg is
Bonesy
healed.
fixie.
It just barely worked. It is. We won't say better than new, but we'll say good enough.
Like bionic?
No, it is not. That.
it's a magic leg.
It is not. That. Even a very slight breeze could re-break it. But now, Nick, because you rolled 2 5s, you get 2 questions that I have to answer honestly about the game.
Okay, let's think about this. Question 1 is...
Question the first.
Are there any more skeletons in this cave? Should we be prepared... Yes, that's it. Should we be prepared for more fire skeletons?
Yeah, there are more skeletons around.
Always be
Okay.
prepared.
And question 2 is...
No, we do.
Let's see. Something about these Werdenhexen losers that we're gonna find down this hallway.
Weird and Hexen.
Yeah, just
Weirdenhex.
are the students of Werdenhexen as big losers as I think they are? That's my second question.
That's an important question.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, yes. The students of Weird and Hex are kind of
Gotta answer
losers.
truthfully.
Oh man, as losers as you think they are.
Oh.
You think like they're super losers because that's like
Yeah.
That's Oswald.
Yeah,
Shot.
and they definitely are, which is bad news because, like, as those voices draw closer, you see like some forms emerge from that cave that you were looking at, and you clearly identify this as a group of students wearing the Weird and Hex uniform, and they just look like really huge losers. One of them walks over to you and is just sort of like, "Hey, you guys hang out underground too, huh?"
What are you doing here? This isn't your school.
It's not? Huh.
Are you the ones causing the earthquakes?
The earthquakes. Is that what those are? Nah, we just heard a bunch of like cool explosions and stuff and we came running. We were down by, our school, Weird and Hex, the best of the schools. And he starts making faces at you.
Maybe,
Like,
maybe you should use your bully spell on
Yeah.
them.
Don't boo a nerd, Evan nerd like that. I punch him in the face. I bully punch him in the
That's the
face.
nicest thing you've ever said to me.
wow, okay. Heather, roll a magic roll. That is, you are standing up for your friend here.
Yeah.
Standing up for the
Fix
nerd.
my legs.
But also bullying the other
Yeah.
people.
But also bullying the other people, but standing up for the nerd, which I would say almost like,
To bully the nerd.
that definitely...
Right, no one bullies my nerd but me.
Yeah,
You're-
that's exactly it.
Right, yeah, you're proving your worth a little bit here.
Scott?
Yeah.
I'll only steal your lunch money once a week from now on.
Wow. All right. This is the best roommate I've ever had.
Hey, give it a roll.
was your
Let's
last
see how you do.
My magic and mischief number came up,
Okay.
and 2 successes.
All right, well, you just, you pop that dude, who we will call Larry the loser, right in his face. And Larry stumbles back and falls into a puddle of mud.
I point at him like, ha ha! You look so stupid in the mud with your stupid face.
And he's just like, I don't have a stupid face. Eh? And as he says that, like, the mud beneath him drains down and he falls into a bigger puddle of mud. So, yeah, the other Hex and Weird students, I'm sorry, Weird and Hex students, you're the Hex and Weird students. I can mess that up. They sort of nervously stand back. One of them is picking their nose.
You shouldn't do that.
We're losers. What does it matter?
Can I ask a question with my my?
Oh, right, you got
Yeah,
a, yes, you
super,
got, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Do these Weird and Hexen students know where the talisman is?
No.
They don't know anything.
The losers, total losers, don't know anything. They don't know
Can
what
we
the
hang
talisman
out with you?
No.
Oh, no.
Let's hang out with them anyway.
I would like to viciously mock them, and per Ellie's suggestion, I would like to do so in song.
You're going to vicious, oh, okay. Samsung's.
Weird and hexen, though you might find our hex vexen. Our spells are much too complex, and you should just run away.
Woo! Wow. Wow. Okay. They are just sort of really demoralized by that. It's like, that was very clever and hurtful.
So maybe you should leave, right? Because I go back to your school.
I have a second stanza.
Oh!
I'm just having them.
Do you have a second stanza?
Not
They're
yet.
bluffing.
Oh, okay.
People rhymes are hard.
Right, we'll go back to our school. And the Weird and Hex guy the kids turn around. Thank you, PFW Scott.
Oh, thank you.
And they, they slump their shoulders and shuffle down the hall and sort of disappear into the distance.
I turn to you guys and I go, I hope fire skeletons eat them.
And as you say that, you start to hear the screams of fire skeletons from down the direction that the Weird and Hexen kids went, and you can hear them going, "Oh no, we're being attacked by skeletons! Help us! Help us!"
Okay, I actually do not wish that. They are children. I'm going to run and help them.
I'm following.
All right.
I'm afraid of being alone, and I can run now.
I guess we should help them then.
All right. Well,
I don't look
should be more
over
careful.
eager, but That's pure pressure.
You like slouch along.
Right,
Slouch
yeah.
your way
You
there.
should be more careful with your wishes, maybe. That one happened immediately.
Wow. Yeah.
Actually.
Do things just happen when I say them?
Well, you
That's
all
meta.
go running down the hall, and you see the Weird and Hex students being chased or menaced by two of those fire skeletons, and they're like, they just appeared out of nowhere, just popped into the air, and help us.
Go for the head!
Like, with what? We're losers, and they just sort of run around in circles, like occasionally hitting themselves and going, oh no, we're losers. What do we do?
Fortunately, I have a with something. I have a shovel.
Right.
I would like to hit a skeleton with a shovel.
Now you're talking.
The skeleton.
Back to my shitty roll.
Yeah, so you have a shovel, and you have, so we're gonna call this 2 die.
Yep.
You know what? You fought one of these before, so you're prepared.
Yeah.
So why don't we call it 3 die?
Okay.
'Cause a little
3
prepared
dice
because
for my.
You know
this
to
is
go
not-
for the head.
I think that's you roll low on these. So. Nope.
No, magic you roll low.
Mischief, you roll high.
Oh, Mischief, I roll high.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is magic.
Yeah.
It's a magic
It's
roll.
a magic roll.
So I failed 3 out of 3. I would like to spend my reroll.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yes.
So you get to reroll 1 out of 3.
Eh.
And don't forget, by the way, everyone, there's still a communal reroll in the pot.
And I still fail.
That one.
That it's low percentage, y'all. I continually have a 16.6667% chance of doing
Sam,
that.
you pull this awesome move. You go rolling up this embankment, you're, like flying at the skeleton with the shovel, and just like miss by like a foot. You know, it was like it's a really beautiful move. It was just a little bit off, so you're sort of like, whoop, and nothing happens, and you just go like flying right past. You're like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Whatever islands it has.
The skeleton, the skeletons, they now alerted to your presence. Sort of one of them turns and starts coming at your group.
I jump up in front and go, whoa. We had a whole conversation about this. We kicked your friend's ass. They ran away. We will either do that to you again, or you can tell us what you're doing down here. Over here.
So you're trying to negotiate again.
Again,
This is a
yeah.
mischief roll. And you talked with them before, so we'll call it 2, because you're prepared for this. You're a little more prepared than you were.
Okay. Ooh, double 6.
Wow.
Double 6s, yeah. Ellie is a mischief character, so yeah, that is 2 big successes. So the skeletons look at each other and they sort of walk towards each other and they huddle and they're yeah.
Across all the extremities. Okay.
And they stop and all of a sudden they turn and they run off down the hall and into the darkness.
Oh no, you're not. Run off after us.
You're running after them?
That's great, because I
Yep.
was just going to sing a song to that effect.
Yeah, sure. Everybody seems to have the same idea, so.
Okay, you're all going after the skeletons.
I was gonna say,
I'm a
can I
pro-
try and
I'm
cast some sort of like immobilizing spell on one of them to try and like prevent one of them
Sure,
from running away?
that's a magic roll, big time. And you've got a magic wand, so this is like easily a 3 die.
That's a success. That's a success. That's a success.
Oof, well, yeah. I mean that. So why don't you describe your spell?
So it's gonna be like I do like lassoius ankleius, and like a lasso shoots out of the end of my wand and wraps around one of the skeleton's legs, and like totally AT-ATs him, and he was on his face.
Sure. Yep. That's exactly how it goes down, and the skeleton is laying on the floor, still trying to move forward, not realizing why it's not going anywhere.
Wouldn't it be AT-AT? I mean, do you say AT-AT or AT-AT?
Oh,
We're not getting into this
All right.
conversation right now.
All right. Had to
Tune
say
in
it.
next week for the great AT-AT AT-AT debate.
There's no such thing as an at-sit, people, so it can't be an at-at. It's
it looks like an at sit right now.
Okay.
Are you?
We will save this for the big debate next week.
I could not address the elephant in the room.
You could have not.
Can I cast some magic?
You can try.
I'm gonna do bully magic. I'm gonna like use my ring to shoot some. And I want shoes to appear on one of the skeleton's feet that are tied together.
Like immobilize the other skeleton.
Okay, so you're bullying, and you're using magic. Let's call that. And you've got you have a magic ring, so we'll call that 3 die.
Awesome.
And it's a magic roll, of course.
Ooh. Well, I got 2 failures, but I got 1 magic.
Oh, you got a magical mischief. Okay. Magical mischief means she gets to ask a question that I have to answer honestly. Go for it.
Ooh.
Well, and if you want, after asking the question, you can re-roll this one.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I'll definitely.
Thank you.
That.
What he said.
Can we get a sense as to what direction the talisman is in from where we are?
Yes. In fact, I'll just tell you if you want to know where it is.
Yes.
Because you could, it's
Yes.
like the talisman is dead ahead of you in an underground temple.
Excellent.
So in the direction that the skeletons were running towards.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and I want to re-roll the. Does the 5 count as a success, or is that its own thing? That's just.
I think it counts as a success if you keep it. And I'm not sure. I mean, it says you can roll again. It doesn't specify like 1 dice, so I don't know if that means you can pick just the ones that you want to re-roll, or if you have to re-roll all 3.
Let's say you can pick the ones you want to re-roll just for now, because we're close to the end.
Generous. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll these other guys. Let's see how bad I can bully this skinny little.
Yeah.
Skinny little
bones
pot.
and more bones.
Nice.
2 successes. Yeah.
So that's 3 successes.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So you cast, and those magical shoelaces just appear there, tied together, and the skeleton just and it goes like flying and just right down to the
Ass
ground.
over tea kettle.
Come on, cry. Cry, why don't you? Cry like a wussy.
Well, with 3 successes, he starts crying like a wussy.
I know he's crying. I didn't think that was possible.
Even though it's a skeleton and it's on fire, which feels like double no tears.
Yes, flaming tears fall down its face, little tears of fire.
We've heard so many feelings tonight.
Right?
That's what we do here. So now you have these 2 skeletons. Yours has been immobilized. Yours has fallen to the ground. And you happen to know where the temple is now, or where the talisman is now.
Oh, hey. Hey, everyone. The talisman's like right ahead.
Oh, can you see it?
No, but I know my magical bully sense has told me that that's the target.
We'll say that.
It's like lunch money.
Yeah, we'll say that.
I can zero in on lunch money at 50 meters.
This is the skeleton's
No
lunch
problem.
money.
Yeah, this is all the lunch money. We're gonna take
That
it.
makes sense.
I
I
buy
put
it.
mine in different places every time, and you still find it. So.
It's true.
With remarkable consistency.
Really surprising. Yeah.
So what's your plan here? Just gonna.
There's still a 3rd one, right?
There's
No, it's just
skeletons.
two.
There's just 2.
It's just the 2.
Well, maybe we should go get this talisman. Maybe it's what's causing all of these shakes, these earthquakes.
These rattles and these rolls.
Yeah, that too.
Oswald definitely starts dancing because like cool kids love beat music.
What are they doing?
They're trying.
I like turn up the collar on my wizard robe.
And Gilly's going ahead.
Yeah, Gilly, you run ahead. The
Pop collar.
weird and hex students are just like, and they think we're losers. And you charge down the hall.
Sneakily.
What are the rest of you doing?
I always stealth.
We should probably go too, right? Get this.
I mean,
How far back were the other shovels?
The shovels.
Up the
Oh,
thing.
they're all the way at the top. Yeah, no. All
well,
we've got is Sam's
I mean,
shovel right now.
There's a staircase up there, but
So we still
it'd take a
got
while.
2 skeletons, right?
There's
Tied up, yeah.
immobilized.
You've got them tied up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The others are
There were only 2.
okay.
Maybe I'll kneel down next to the one without his shoes, the one crying.
Okay.
Shh, it's okay, it's okay. What's up with the talisman? What does it do? Why are you looking for it?
Talisman.
I get the feeling they can't say anything else.
Okay.
It does feel that way, right?
They've been remarkably consistent so far.
They have.
They also say on the nose, but I'm not here because I'm going ahead.
And it turns
Something I
around.
can say because I'm no longer in the room.
And turns around and starts trying to crawl like in the direction that like Sam had, Gilly had just head off. And,
I'm gonna run by it and kick it as I run by it.
Okay, sure. You
Dragon
don't want to make it
walls
roll for that.
down.
You just give it a kick.
Just heavy sigh and continue walking.
Now, Sam,
Just wanted to-
you get to the end of the hall and you come out into what is clearly some kind of ancient temple. You can see an altar made of stone. The whole place looks like it's just been carved out of the surrounding, out of the cave. It looks abandoned for a long time. There's heavy amounts of dust on the floor. You don't see any footprints or anything like that. There are cobwebs in the corners. I mean, it's got the feeling of abandoned territory. And all over the walls you see writing that is very similar to the writing that was on the
More
stone hole cover that you...
Ancient Corpulonic.
The ancient Corpulonic. Thank you.
All right. I would like to sort of go up to the altar. Yeah. Let's just go right ahead and do the bad idea.
All right, you walk right up to the altar, and you get up there, and what you sort of see is there's like a podium that looks like something where somebody would stand and probably like address people standing in the temple, and then kind of